Now let's continue with preview for next week's events. Okay. I know I have this. That's on Wednesday. Sorry for that. Anyway, on Tuesday we have the Eurozone PMIs. Monday, nothing of importance, as aforementioned. We have the holiday in Japan, echoes from the recent data, more speculation about the Fed, no data and lots of speculation, some housing data, but coming on Tuesday from the US, just sort of to pass the time towards the Fed. Big Wednesday. Of course, we have the show on Wednesday. We'll talk about everything. Japanese rate decision and the Fed decision is, well, Fed decision and fresh forecasts, the dot plot, the works. We'll preview that in detail. And then Janet Yellen's press conference at 6:30 GMT. It might be a snoozer. She tries not to rock the boat, but never know what you can say. Anyway, it's 3 events in one. It's a bigger Fed decision. I mean, they have once a quarter it's with forecasts and the press conference, and the other event is without anything. On Thursday, we'll have the Fed fallout, of course. There's so much hype, so much expectations towards this decision, so markets will unwind regardless of the decision. Also, US existing home sales, rate decision in New Zealand for those trading the Kiwi, and on Friday it'll be important for those trading the Loonie. Canadian retail sales and CPI, always a double feature in Canada, but quieter for markets. Maybe the final thoughts about the Fed. So I would say that next week it's mostly about the Fed, but the Bank of Japan might try to steal the show. In the past, they did not steal the show. Even if the Fed does nothing, okay? Even if the Fed does not, even if they cancel the meeting, okay? Anything that happens, markets are so hyped towards this event. If you watch financial television, like Bloomberg, CNBC, things like that, if you read, my site, ForexCrunch, FXRead, it's all about the Fed. Any kind of speculation moves markets. Let's remind you that the chances for rate hike, according to the CME Group FedWatch, are only standing at about 15%. I think it's correct because I think we just didn't get enough hawkish statements, and the data hasn't been good, okay? Data, retail sales, non-farm payrolls, ISM, non-manufacturing PMI, it hasn't been good enough, okay? Inflation is not going anywhere fast, and the Fed is usually dovish. Also, add the elections coming up. All in all, to sum up the preview for next week, no rate hike from the Fed, okay? If we do have a rate hike, of course, it'll be a huge surprise, bullish for the dollar. If we look forward to December, that's a whole different ballgame. That's after the US elections. You might get more positive data from now, also thanks to the Fed support. And but that's also far away. Chances can fall by then, of course. Anyway, for December, not much going on. Okay, so that's preview for next week. Again, not only the Fed, but they really, really, really stand out. Let's see more questions. Oh, I was looking at the wrong chart. I was looking at dollar yen beforehand. Sorry, Sinatra. Let's look at the pound soon. Read other comments. Lucas says, I took all yen pairs off my trading board for next week. What we are going to see there next week is going to be sheer madness. Yeah. Sheer madness, BOJ and the Fed. Senator says, looking to trade that madness at low leverage. Okay, that's a smart approach, of course. High volatility, low leverage. Lucas says, probably a spike up and then another dramatic fall as dollar yen reacts badly to whatever peanuts BOJ comes up with and breaks below 100. Yeah, the Bank of Japan throughout this year disappointed markets, creating expectations and doing nothing. Sometimes I must say that it's not their fault, but anyway, that's what happens. Bank of Japan has declared 95 is their intervention level. Are you sure? I mean, did they really say that, or we just? I mean, they usually don't comment specifically on levels, but when the pair does reach a certain level, they begin saying we're watching FX closely. Yeah, too much volatility, things like that. Lucas says also, good luck, Frankie. Yeah, you're gonna have fun there. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. If you're trading those events, do trade with low leverage and and trade carefully and responsibly. Okay, let's just take another look at pound dollar. Oh, we're seeing this fall in dollar yen extending that you were mentioning beforehand. Pound dollar. Yeah, it's also here a turn to the downside. So this recovery of the US dollar, recovery, I mean, against the US dollar, this is not going anywhere fast. The pound is under. Also here we have a U-shaped turnaround in cable. Okay. So